Hello and welcome to behind the scenes of the Mexican radio collaboration re-record episode of Don't You Want Me by the Human League. This was really fun. It's such a great tune and the production's amazing, but we did a lot of MIDI stuff. But we also used my Casio, which is out there, my CZ3000. I'm just going to show you the layers because it's kind of interesting and it's just a beautifully put together production, and let's go in. Here we go. So it's quite a big, as you can see, like lots of stuff in this session. Well, the drums. So I stemmed out of my drum machine this 626, which I put in an extra ROM card inside, which has like proper Lindrum and DMX samples in it, which just sounds so bloody good. I would recommend, like, for an all-round drum machine type thing, which isn't new. This has got a vibe, definitely, and with the extra ROM chip, big vibe. I'll put a link to the extra ROM chip because I can't remember who makes it, but it's cool and it's only like £45 or something. So because it has separate outputs, the drums we could do separately. So this is the drums. Bit of R bass on the kick there, bit of EQ, give it a little 420 hertz boost, get a bit more punch out of it, compress it, snare, transient designer, take a bit of sustain off so it's a bit punchier. Yeah, little high-end crack on the snare, and then yeah, a bit more drive, and then the tom, oh no, that was the hat, sorry, the hat, yeah, a bit more distortion on the hat, take the top end off, tone up, that kind of thing. Yeah, and then the drum bus, yeah, lots of stuff just sculpting this sound. You can pause and have a look at it if you want to see my usual bag of tricks. This guy on there too. Yeah, okay. And then we had this kind of that sound, which we made on my Moog grandmother, which is just down here, and we fed it MIDI. I was trying to get it to lock with the sequencer, with the arpeggiator, but I couldn't get it to work. So we just ended up sending it MIDI, which was all fine. And that's this one here, which has loads of stuff on it. It's got a phaser on it, some EQ, doing that. Then it's compressed, then some chorus. Then this thing, my new toy, just to give it a bit of bite. This is a cool plugin, a bit hard to get your head around, but it's really cool. Then some bonkers EQ curve, then a wow control, super saturated and coloured, then a filter freak, I mean, yeah, it's nuts, and then a reverb. So it's kind of, it's basically trying to recreate the sound of a different synthesizer, but it still sounds cool, I think. Check it out. And then there's this other thing, this other layer to that in the verses and in the choruses, which is just this kind of magical dancing thing, which we couldn't figure out for ages what it was. And then I realized that if I took like a CS80, Yamaha CS80 Arturia thing, and gated it from the hi-hat, so the hi-hat is opening the gate on this sound, and it just gives it this really super cool thing. So check this out. Yeah, I mean, it's a vibe. Sorry, I've got a bit of a croaky voice today. Right, what's next? Sorry, it's a bit of a mess, this. Okay, then the bass line, the riff. So we've got like a Moog. We used the Casio, the CZ. That's doing one. There's this, check this out. And then we're adding 2 Moog layers, doing this. So that's pretty fat. And then we have 2 pads. We've got a kind of brassy pad and a stringy pad from the Casio as well. So I think this one maybe is the strings. Check this out. That was the brass. This must be the strings then. No, that was some sort of medieval instrument. I don't know. So they are basically, there's chorus on those, EQ, more EQ. Yeah, this is actually just a bit of a dog's dinner, this session, but we were just really trying to match it all up. This is the bass. I mean, you can see this is like plug-in heaven on this track. Anyway, so far we have drums, we have bass, and we have pads, and this cool thing in the verse. It sounds like this. Yeah, so taking shape. Then in the verse we also have this more Casio stuff coming in here. Like a little guy, doubled with another synth, which is a Casio, a fake Casio this time, Arturia. I love this thing. That's adding this. At some point we just sort of did our own thing with this tune, you know, like the sounds aren't exact, we can't get exactly the right sound, so it was just like an interpretation of it. My favourite thing in the whole song is what happens in the chorus, this riff in the chorus, which we did on an Arturia Jupiter emulation, which is this. I mean, I think we actually got the riff wrong. I think Diane was right. I think I was wrong. Anyway, it still sounds cool. When it's all together, I think it sounds brilliant. I think it's just such a great production, great arrangement. So the chorus all together is like this. Yeah, super vibey. There's this in there too. There's just all kinds of layers, you know. One of those in the bridge, there's this guy. It's like every section just has just the right amount of cool little new things and things just to make it dance and sparkle, and it's really cool. So yeah, that's basically the track. So there you go. A bit of a messy, chaotic session, but there's just so many layers and things. But there you go. I'll put the stems on Patreon if you want to mess around with it yourself. If you want to see the finished thing, then click the link up here to see the video. We did like a music video thing in the studio on the day as well, so that was fun. Subscribe to my channel, order one of my albums from my website, and yeah, look after each other, and I'll see you next time.